And we're back. What I want you to do, right, like lift these knees up. I want knees to the sky. Knees up, knees to the sky. You're marching right now. You're just marching in place. It's a left, right, left, right. We're marching in place right now. Well, you're gonna do small circles with your arms. Just very, very small. We're gonna make them wider as we go. Starting 1, 2, forward 1, 2, forward 1, 2, forward 1. Now back and a back. 2 and a back. 2 and a back.
You could do that for a living.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I could just be fat and just sit and do it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That makes me so uncomfortable doing group workouts.
You used to do it, though. Tell me how uncomfortable you were during Mark Amaro's boot camp workouts, and the instructor wore a fucking fedora. She did. I won't say her name.
Well, the most uncomfortable...
She wore a fedora.
The most uncomfortable part is you do them drunk, which I still can't believe.
Hiccuped. That was that's the magnifique when you're like, you did them drunk.
I still can't believe that you were able to do that after some beers.
Well, that's why it destroyed my body. That's what. Look at me now. This is what happens when you do that.
It was a how the hell?
Because I didn't want to miss the workout, so I would go to lunch and I'd be like, I'll just have 2 32-ounce beers. 2.
Show up.
I was like, it's 2 beers.
Did you puke in the parking lot?
I know, I puke on the side of I-4. Not in the parking lot. I didn't want Michael to see me puking in the parking lot.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was rough. And that lady, she wore a fedora. Tipped down fedora. And then she'd give inspirational speeches. And then she did that thing that you must have been melting inside when she was like, she'd start the class. She'd say that thing where she's like, you know, today before we get started, I was doing a devotional this morning, and this song was played, and there's just some really good things in this song. So if you all would just like sit down and just, you know, crisscross applesauce, I want you to sit and just, I'm going to play this song, and I just want you to mentally reflect on some of the words in this song. If you press this play on the CD player, we have to sit there and listen to it. You want to blow your fucking brains out.
I'm like, you're more out of shape than I am.
There it is. I knew I could get to it.
How's this going to work?
I knew I could get to it.
Well,
you're wearing a fedora because you're fat.
All right.
We don't have
I'm just joking.
Why do you have to say that? They know. They know you're joking.
Nobody
even knows who that person
well,
is.
I'm not joking.
What if they told you? Is that why you say it? Is that why you say I'm joking?
Yeah.
Because you don't want people to know that you hate fat people, and I do too.
No.
We don't hate them. We just don't like them.
I'm just making a joke.
It's all I do is tearing my family apart. I joke too much. All right, we got him.
Okay.
There he is. I put him in. Oh, hey, buddy. Hold on. Let me turn up the volume here. Hey, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I hear you great.
Awesome. All right. Let me flip over to Zoom. This guy's got wrestling hair like I get when I get out of the shower. You have wrestler hair. Yeah, dude. I've been doing that with my hair. Look, I have the longer hair. I've been doing when I get out of the shower, I comb it and then I let it wet over my shoulders, and then I do wrestling promos for Maisie. I'm like, let me tell you something, brother. All right. I just want to zoom in on you a little bit more, if that's okay, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
And what's your name again?
Adam.
My name is Adam.
Adam, thanks for doing this, dude. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you playing along. I wrote a food truck song. It's very mean.
Oh, I was waiting for your the weekly weird job.
I know.
Wednesday
I'm sorry. At least you know how it goes, and I like your hair, so we're off to an awesome start.
Awesome.
Mr. Van, you're good?
Yep.
And you're going to start, and then I'll play this. Okay, here we go. Adam, thank you. Here we go. In 3, 2.
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube. Come, hang out, watch the show, participate in the chat room, meet some very nice people. Some of the people in the chat room have been swinging by the studio to pick up some of those gnome and daughter nuts that are currently for free out of our refrigerator. So come and get them.
We've had more people in and out of here than we've ever had in Tom and Dan. Maybe Fringe Week, but even like, you know, there's been
a lot of smiling
different
faces.
people that come through here.
And they're all happy. Like, I got to see my mom's doctor, Dr. Carolyn.
Yeah.
She's lovely.
Super nice.
Oh, she's the best. But anyway, let's jump to it. Anything else to plug before we jump into our guest here?
We have new straw hats and sun shirts at tomandan.com. They're really high quality, made by Hittin Skins, our local merch company that we've been using. and Danger Brain designed them.
Yeah.
And we sent one over to Mike from Mike's Weatherpage, and he was wearing it yesterday.
Made me very uncomfortable. He wore it the entire interview.
Yeah, it's a nice looking hat.
It is a nice hat.
And great for the beach or pool, and it's hot outside.
Yeah.
So get yourself a straw hat at tomanddan.com. You want to do some weird job?
It is weird job time. You kind of tipped me off that maybe this particular gentleman that we're talking to has a little something to do with food trucks.
Uh-huh.
So I wrote a food truck song. It's rap because I don't do a lot of rap. Let's go.
Do you like standing in lines? Do you like standing while you eat? Do you like listening to generators? Poof diesel fumes into the street. It's like a restaurant but worse. Food trucks. I bought my sandwich from a hearse. Food trucks. Yo, I'll be standing in the sun, waiting for this food truck food to be done. Food trucks. It's like a restaurant but worse. Food trucks. I bought my sandwich from a hearse. Food trucks. Yo, I'll be standing in the sun, waiting for this food truck food to be done.
There you go. There's a little food trucks. There's little food trucks. NYC, hardcore rap.
It's kind of
Yo,
disrespectful
son. Yo,
to
son.
our weird job guest.
That's DJ ironing board on a 1 and 2s. Because when you're at a food truck, you're always eating off of an ironing board, dog.
They make folding tables.
No, but the ironing boards are far more kitschy.
Adam's on the line. How you doing, Adam?
Pretty good, guys. How you doing?
Sorry,
Good.
Adam. I'm sorry.
Hey, good. That food truck song was perfect because down here in Key West, that's literally what people do is just sit in the hot sun. And I don't know why they eat barbecue, but that's what they choose to do sometimes, I guess.
Yeah, you got to do it. That's
right.
the whole point of a food truck is you're eating outside.
So,
yeah.
Adam, what is your weird job?
Okay, so my weird job is I live down here in Key West, Florida. I play for a band called the Dirtbags 4 nights a week, every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And from what I understand, we're one of the only house bands that still exists like in the world that plays the same venue pretty much all weekend. We always call it we're on tour in the same room because the amount of tourism that comes through Key West is just it's crazy.
So is it like having a residency in Vegas?
It's exactly what it's like.
So how long have you been playing at and what's the name of the bar?
The bar is called Dirty Harry's. It's at the Rick's Complex, which is right across the street from Sloppy Joe's and Irish Kevin's.
Oh, you're in the
right on
heart of
street.
it, dude. Like you're in you're in the epicenter for sure of anybody that's been there. If you've, and you and I know our way around there pretty good. You are in the dead center.
Main party street.
Yeah, that's got to I mean, the amount of stuff that you've seen over the years of being there has to be just endless stories, right?
Yeah, I was actually putting together a couple like notes for this interview, and it was amazing to me how much stuff I'd forgotten of just all the because I've been there for 8 years permanently now, and yeah, just the things I've seen, done. It's crazy. This is going to be fun.
Well, I mean, like a house band, like I will tell you that looking at, and does your bar have are you open to the street where people can kind of see you guys playing from inside?
Yeah.
See, that's like a dream of mine. Like he's doing like playing drums in a beach band on the side of Key West where you're open to the street and people are walking by and they might hear your song and start dancing or something. That is on a bucket list of mine, 100%. That is really cool, dude. And you've done it for 8 years. And what do you play?
Yeah, I play. Let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I play guitar and bass. Me and the other lead singer. So we play from 4 to 6 hours each night without breaks, because the tourism is so crazy that they don't want bands to take breaks because I mean even guys at Irish Kevin's can't get off stage and take a piss because they're worried about people leaving because of downtime.
Wow,
4 to 6 hours straight.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and then on Sunday we'll have a short show that's 3.5 hours, and I play drums on those Sundays because I'm pretty much like a Swiss Army knife of the band.
Sure.
Like wherever I'm needed, whatever someone else can't do, they just kind of put me in that other position to fill the spot.
That's cool, man.
Now,
I mean, lucky you for obviously being a music aficionado and being in love with it and learning all the instruments. I mean, there is some value to that, when you're growing up.
Oh yeah, it's great. But you can ask my girlfriend as to knowing when she has to have a drum set in the house, a bass rig, all these guitars. It's like every single. She's like, why do you have to be the entire band?
Yeah,
Now-
that's a musician's life, I guess.
Before
Yeah.
Daniel thinks I'm crazy because he wrote a song about food trucks, and I said, I think this guy he owns a food truck and he is a musician. So you do own a food truck, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the other part that I hadn't got to yet. And on Thursdays and Sundays, I run markets with my barbecue truck. Wow. It's called McDubecue. And just the combination of having to, of the long nights, because we'll play anywhere from, like Saturday night, we'll do from 9 to like 3 in the morning.
Jesus.
And then I have to, with barbecue food, there's all the prep. There's the getting up early and stuff, and a lot of times I'll have stuff have cooked the night before that's on like an industrial warmer that's waiting to get served. So it's constantly like from October to April, my life is crazy with little hours of sleep.
Wow, man, that's a lot of work.
Now, before we go into the stories of Key West, what is is right now the downtime of Key West, like in August? Or is the summer always packed, or like people come for the winter to get out of the, snowbird type of deal?
Yeah.
Well, it's the winter time is a real busy time right now because it's 1,000,000 degrees out. Pretty much like you've mentioned before on shows, Tom, about it being Florida's winter. Because even because I've grown up in Cocoa Beach, Florida, my entire life, like that's where I'm originally from.
Nice.
And it was never this hot during the summertime. I can never remember a time when it was this hot. So yeah, I'm actually closed. My barbecue truck is closed right now because really we're only seeing decent business on the weekends, on Fridays and Saturdays. But from October to April, it's year round.
With the heat, because that's a popular thing to say, like, man, it's way hotter than it was when I grew up. And then you look at the numbers and it's like a half a degree average hotter, because it happens slow. You're like in the.
So you don't believe him, like
No,
your wife with the swaying building? Is that?
No. I feel that way too, but I'm like, is that just a feeling? Because when we were like in our 20s, were we just younger and didn't care and tougher, and as far as like the elements go?
See, I still like it. I still would prefer to be boiling hot over being cold.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it doesn't seem like the numbers say that it's that much hotter than it feels.
I have my own theory. I don't like to project my theory on you or our guest, Adam, but I think that it is hotter because I'm fatter, and by being fatter, I'm hotter.
Well, you're fat and old.
Yeah.
That's why we're hot.
Yeah, that's why we're hot.
Anyway, so
And the drinking too, and you add alcoholism too on top of that.
alcoholism.
Your body's just gonna be hotter.
Yeah, wrecked body, fat. Sure.
So, Adam, let's talk about the stories you see. Is it? Tell us about it. I know I've been to Key West many times, and it's always a great time. It's always a party.
How about famous people? Do you get famous people that wander through your bar?
That was a topic that I wanted to bring up. Yeah, a lot of the time we do get famous people. Actually, we have a list right here, so I didn't forget. But I've seen got Chuck Liddell, Dustin Poirier, Alex Earl, Braxton Berrios, Dale. I've drank with Dale Earnhardt Jr., Deborah Jo Rupp, even David Gilmour, Kid Rock, Kenny Chesney, and most recently, the people who've been really into us, checking us out, is it's kind of like Sydney Sweeney's the big one that comes down a lot because she has a place down here. So you see her everywhere where she's got her little entourage running around.
Yeah.
And, Alex Earl's a big social media.
Sydney Sweeney's the most famous registered Republican in the world right now.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's a joke, but it's not. It's like,
Who is that?
the girl with the big boobies that did the I Got Good Jeans denim ad that broke the internet 2 weeks ago that you didn't pay attention to because you don't watch any news? That girl? Yeah.
Sweeney.
Yeah,
Big Sweeney's. That's
Yeah,
all.
she's got big Sweeney.
Okay.
Oh, I'll tell you this: when a lot of celebrities come down and they're just in regular clothes and they're walking around, they don't. Except for like Chuck Liddell and Dustin Poirier, because those dudes are like bigger and
Big dudes.
jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they just look like normal people, especially guys like Kenny Chesney, Dale Earnhardt Jr. You see him and you're like, but you realize he's a tiny guy because he has to fit in, in and out of windows of cars.
Right. He's like a he's like a small redhead man.
When you saw Chuck Liddell, was he blacked out drunk? Because I've seen him a lot on the social medias.
Oh, I like it.
And he's blacked out drunk on different yachts and falling into the water.
He seemed pretty inebriated when we saw him, but he didn't stay that long.
Like he had a hard, giant Duke belly.
Yeah.
Like he'd been just
He's
pounding
gonna
drinks.
He's gonna use the alcohol to push his abs back to the front.
He's
But
still
so jacked.
yeah, he's still jacked, but he's like a jacked alcoholic. And I'm like, oh, I'm kind of sad for Chuck Liddell because I'm telling you, look up Chuck Liddell drunk on
He's
social
got like
media.
the fake Jake Paul like gut belly
Yes.
that comes out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know what I was going to ask you, because you're on the stage and you're commanding the presence and playing in a venue that I think is like it's a fun place to play. Have you ever had any celebrities or people that want to like get on stage and jam?
Well, we've tried to get Kid Rock up with us a couple times, but he's always way too drunk.
Yeah,
Because,
I could see that.
Yeah, and because what our thing that we play is that we try to call ourselves like the other band in Key West. We're not the band that's going to play trop rock and anything like that. Like we play pretty much only hard rock. Like if people come to our place for anything really from like Taylor Swift to Disturbed,
Yeah.
to Slipknot, to classic rock, and so we don't actually end up playing a lot of like trop rock. But okay, another one that has came and wanted to play with us is John Daly and Peter Dante. And
Daly's a singer. He released an album this year, right?
Yeah, but his thing is he'll go to every bar and play Knocking on Heaven's Door like 5 times. And by the time like you hear your friends that, oh, he came in our place. I'm like, this guy doesn't have more than one song.
Well, then maybe he feels most comfortable.
He's
doing.
probably trolling too. He seems like Daly. Seems like
a little bit of a fat old troublemaker. Right? Yeah.
He's just effing around at all times.
And he's so drunk. It's like, and he sounds like shit when he's playing it. So, excuse me.
No, you're fine. Yeah, don't worry about it.
How?
And it's another big one that we've had happen. We've had and you guys know him as Chris Kirkpatrick and who was the other guy?
Fatone.
Yeah, and Fatone. Yeah, they came down to Key West and we played.
Kirkpatrick and Fatone again. We meet again.
You know what's funny is that our buddy Eric Rodriguez, he was down in Key West recently, and he sent me a creeper video of Joey Fatone sitting on a second story. Is that your bar you work at 2 stories?
Yeah.
He may have been sitting at your bar.
It was at your bar.
And then Fatone, he's like, look at Fatone sitting up there.
Look at him up there. He thinks he's better than us.
I'm like, yeah, he's just hanging out at Key West.
Leave him alone. He's just got done with his Epcot shows. If he wants to go to Key West and sing a little bit, relax a little bit.
So
he'll get on stage and sing Bye Bye Bye, and then I have a picture of us doing Pour Some Sugar on Me where we're singing in the same mic. And it was like right when I first joined the band. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like,
yeah. That's cool, though. It's cool.
Especially coming from Cocoa Beach where stuff like that doesn't happen there.
Yeah, for sure.
So where do you live in Key West? Because I've heard, that was part of the problem of Fair Villa, that for years they were telling me that their employees were getting priced out of living in Key West. So they'd have to live up in Alamorada or like way north and travel down because real estate was so expensive.
Okay, so ever since like the COVID, I call it like the COVID boom happened, where everything got super overpriced because we were the only place that was open. So everyone just came down here to party and buy houses and stuff. So it totally inflated the market to where if you wanted to live in Key West, you'd be paying like for a 3-bedroom place anywhere from like $4,500 to $5,000 a month.
Holy
to live.
Smokes.
And I actually live on Stock Island. So that's in the island. That's the first island up from Key West. Kind of like I live in an industrial area. I can park my food truck out here. It's a lot. Nice. It has more open spaces. And I'm still paying in like the low 2,000s and I have a 2-bedroom place.
Wow, still expensive.
Yeah. So, and then the commute in, like, what is it? Like, just half an hour or something?
No, it's about 10 minutes. A good 10-minute drive. And it's pretty nice and chill, except if you get, pretty drunk and you have to try to make it back.
That's not bad. What's the whore, situation down there?
Come on.
They got ladies of the night?
Okay, no, I'll take this one. I'll take it because hold on.
Is Peckers still around? Wasn't there a male Hooters called Peckers down there?
So the last time Turkey Leg got married in Key West, right?
Classy boy. He's a classy man.
I don't know how long ago this was, but at least.
Do you do a beach wedding with tiny pants and no shoes?
15 years ago. No, it was at like in some courtyard, but it was kind of like
Courtyard by Marriott. Take that, Turkey Leg.
And so when we were down there, before he got married, we did the standard bachelor party, and then we went to the strip clubs.
You went to a Key West strip club.
And I noticed that every girl
Had an Adam's apple.
Like, what?
That's weird. Yeah, your bikini's lumpy.
Strong hands.
My God, you remind me of Concrete Mike.
So then I noticed all the girls were like Eastern Bloc. And I was like, this is weird. Like, why are they
You
all...
put the dollar in G-string.
They're all like some sort of Ukrainian, Russian, like from that kind of like
They're like
Czechoslovakian.
dancing to hip-hop.
And then I'm like, dude, is there some sort of like...
Human trafficking.
Eastern
Bloc human trafficking.
What is that, Adam?
For some reason, there is a lot of Eastern Europeans down here. We work with them. No, we have. You
know what they call it? You know, my dad called it. He called it, instead of Key West, he called it Kiev West, because Kiev is the capital of the Ukraine.
I don't know why. It's a lot of Eastern European and
geography
joke.
joke.
And Cubans. Those are the three. Because it's funny. Whenever tourists come down here, they'll call like people Mexicans, and I'm like, they're not Mexicans, guys. You couldn't be more like insensitive. We're closer to Cuba.
Yeah.
You have friends that come to Key West? Look at all these Mexicans. They're Ukrainians. My God.
They're white.
I don't know.
There's a ton of Eastern Europeans, and I mean, if you want to talk about the horror route, Dan. I mean,
yes.
Back in my single days. I mean, even and I see it now with. I mean, there's a lot of sugar. A lot of women down here, and I know have sugar daddies. Like, because me and my girlfriend, we met at Rick's and Dirty Harry's, and so she's got a bunch of other bartender friends and girls that have, get their rent paid from other guys that, and sometimes these girls don't even necessarily have to sleep with them.
I want to be a Key West sugar daddy. Just start doling out money to some old.
You gotta be rich.
I know.
You feel like a really hot
I gotta keep working.
You know what? That's the awesome thing about being rich is that is always a possibility.
Yeah.
It's no matter how ugly you
there's
are.
There's always a 1% chance.
Yeah, more than that. I think if you are.
Yeah, but I'm just saying there's always one. Always 1%. No matter at your worst, you can be covered head to toe in feces, but if you're a billionaire, there's always 1%.
Yeah, the people desperate.
Yeah.
Anyway. So, Adam, let's talk about some of the other stories that you encountered. I know you said you jotted some down, right?
Yeah. Another big one. So Nick Swardson lived down here for about a year and a half. And it was during the COVID era. And it was wild because we actually got I've had breakfast with him. He if I even saw him on the street, he would recognize me. It was so weird getting actually kind of being almost friends with a pretty famous dude, and it was kind of weird almost in a way because he was drinking himself to death at the time.
Yeah, he's sober.
He talks about that.
Now.
Yeah, he's sober now, and he went into a little bit of that here. He talked about living in Key West, and he didn't talk about drinking himself to death, but obviously you were privy to it because you were around him at the time, and he's sober now, and he seems to be doing quite well.
Was he living in an Airbnb or a rented place or
No, he lived on a resort on the beach for a year and a half. The dude ran up over a tab, I think, of over $1 million. I've heard stories from the employees and the staff that were there, and it happened. And same thing with Peter Dante when he was down here. Those guys, when they get drunk, are absolute just animals to a point where even I'm a local, and I'm used to seeing some pretty drunk people, and even to a point where I'm like, oh my God, just doing crazy off the wall stuff. He was starting to get jaundice on his his skin was turning yellow. Because I think his kidneys were starting to shut down because he was drinking so much.
Oh my God!
And it's who am I to tell someone to stop what they're doing? But I'm watching this, and it was almost sad at a certain point. Because alcoholism is so available down here. There was bars at a certain point that would open at midnight and stay open till 8 a.m. So you could literally drink for 24 hours in Key West if you knew the right places to go to.
I hear him tell stories about living in Key West and just drinking every single day, sun up to sundown, and staying in a resort. and that sounds awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah.
I
mean, at least for as long as he did it.
Yeah. It's as sad as it is.
Well, anything can be sad with the right frame of mind.
But he's out of it. So it was just like, who else would have that experience in life? For a year and a half, you just lived in a resort in the Keys. First, living in a resort sounds awesome too, because like you just have a hotel, they clean the room, like everything's room service.
Can I go a little further? I can confirm what you're saying, and all of us can, because we've all been to resorts, and being at a resort for 1 week is awesome. So being there a year and a half, still awesome, right? I think that's tested. I think we could say that is a tested, myth busted, right? Like being at a resort for a full year. God. I'm not going to even jump into getting boring. That's a whole different animal, but it's still awesome.
So, is it basic? Like, what's the ratio to tourists to local there? As far as like, is it mostly the islands filled with tourists? Or like nowadays, like obviously you said in August it's Florida's winter, like you have a lot more locals, and you haven't hit the busy season yet, but normally it's just way more tourists than locals around.
Yeah, and so like during the day we have the cruise ships come in, and that's actually been a big argument with like the city and with dealing with like local environmental groups and stuff like that, because we'll have these giant cruise ships come in that'll like I guess they like drag on the bottom of like the floor when they come in. They bring up a bunch of sediment and stuff. So there was pretty much a big legislature to have. And I don't know why I'm tangenting on this, but it pretty much brings in a bunch of revenue for the city. But it was a huge argument with the environmental people because they wanted smaller cruise ships. But with these giant cruise ships, we need them during the day because of how slow our economy is during the summertime.
Yeah,
but during the weekends, it's like a Friday and Saturday. You're always going to have good tourism, but it's during the week that it's like, it's really mainly locals, and then you get the cruise ships that have been, it's good for the daytime crowd, which I don't even go out in the daytime. So
yeah, gotcha.
So, Adam, what's bad about living in Key West? Because I've always fantasized every time I go there, I'm like, man, this is awesome. Live here because it's like turquoise blue waters. Everybody's a beach lifestyle. There's stuff going on at all times.
I thought you were going to add a yaman. If you'd have added a yaman on there, I would have...
a bumbleclaw?
Yeah, one small braid or red, yellow, green.
So tell us some bad things about living in Key West.
Yeah. See, I'm like you, Tom, to where no matter what, like it's like how great, and I love living in Key West. It's been a dream to move down here, but I can always find something bad that I hate about something that's going on, and Key West is no different. I can't stand the fact that like there's no like Olive Garden or Carrabba's or like normal. I know that sounds crazy or ridiculous, but me and my girlfriend literally drive 3 hours just to go to a Buffalo Wild Wings in Homestead and sit and drink draft beer and eat crap chicken
you
wings
don't
that
want,
you guys
because you're so
can run
done
Miller's
with
Ale House
Captain Frank's smoked fish dip.
Exactly.
You're so old. Sometimes you just want to go to an ale house and have a mid-level salad and 6 Bud Lights.
Yes.
I
feel you, dude.
Why isn't there any chain restaurants there?
Just like what you said before with housing, is that the thing that they're having a lot of issues down here. They're having workforce housing. Like with the area that I live in, Stock Island, I mean, there's families they're 2-bedroom places. There's 6 people living in them, 6 to 8 people living. And, there are a lot of them are foreigners and, Haitians and stuff like that who, work at gas stations, McDonald's. And it's unfortunately Key West is what we're seeing is ever since that, me and my girlfriend have been here for, almost 10 plus years, is that this island is turning from what used to be like a small fishing town that had so much like energy and was so cool and spunky to this just corporate, everything's getting bought by giant, companies, and nothing's about it is like, and you still have some Key West local rich, they call them Bubbas, that will hang on to their places, and like the owner of Rick's and Dirty Harry's, he'll never sell his place. It's like over my dead body. Because Kid Rock actually came in to try to buy it. but he was like, "There's no number that you can give me that I'll sell this because I don't want to see the spirit of Key West die because we're already seeing it dying all around us. It's like turning into like Marco Island, really."
I bet that made Kid Rock really mad.
You know?
I bet he went back to his mansion and shot up some Bud Light.
But it's also like you're like, I'll never sell over my dead body, and the other person's like, I'll wait. Because eventually you'll sell, or your kids will.
Yeah, well, your kids will. I mean,
and that's the sad fact.
Because I sold my mom's home right over her dead body.
Yeah, the sad fact is that when he does die, it will get sold off to the highest bidder, which is going to be a giant corporation. So eventually, everything's going to be corporate,
Chinese
right?
businessman.
Right. So it's like, why shouldn't you just get that money while you're alive? But
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're living the life that you want to live already, then, and most of the guys I feel like in Key West that live that lifestyle, as long as you can keep it up, like you don't want any more, you want the Key West lifestyle. And, but then when that's done, it's inevitable that someone, a corporate's going to buy it.
Yeah, let's talk about nudity. Do you see a lot of nudity and fights? Those are two things. Do you see?
Okay, so I'm not sure if you've ever been down here during Fantasy Fest or know what that's like at all. But I think everyone should experience that, at least once in their life. Because I know Tom loves like voyeurism, or like that's not what it's called, where everyone's out with their tits out, and Tom fantasizes of having parties of people.
It's called hot wife lifestyle, sir. Get it right.
Yeah.
It's called hot wife lifestyle.
Voyeurism. I can't even say it. Voyeurism is some webcam. I'm watching co-eds and some, apartment.
I'll watch it. I'll watch enough of it.
I'll watch anything.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
But
I'll watch Sports Center.
You're talking more of a, the lifestyle.
Is it full bottoms though? Is it the bottomless too?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Okay, so
they come in and they're just sitting they're just sitting and having a cheeseburger and they're walking around with a muff out.
Dan, my favorite thing is that they carry around an ass towel so they can sit down instead of just wearing shorts. I'm like, so you're walking around. I've even seen people Porky Pig in it where they're wearing a shirt and then no bottoms on.
Well, that's how I normally roll.
Carrying a towel. And carrying a towel to sit down on chairs, and I'm like, why don't you just wear shorts? Because it doubles as an ass towel and holding your dong in.
Imagine how free that's got to be when you go to the bathroom and you're a nudist and you got to go number 2 and you can just walk in and sit down. You just walk right in and sit down. There's nothing to fall into the puddles on the ground. There's nothing. You just literally walk in and sit down. It's got to be so freeing.
It's weird having T-shirt and shoes on only.
It is. But I bet you're fast. I bet you feel fast. Whenever I just have shoes on, and it's not very often, I feel very quick on my feet.
So each day during Fantasy Fest, there's a different theme, and one of my favorite days is it's like the whips and chains, like the bondage. And there's nothing better than seeing people in their 60s and 70s years old walking around in bondage. With like my girlfriend, she'll do parties. And like they'll have straight up sex parties where they have to close, they have to cover their acts at their entrance from the street, because my girlfriend has walked in and seen a bunch of women trading off on 4 dudes blowing them at this promotion she was doing one time, and she was like, oh my God,
yeah, I
never thought I'd see people and she's like, it's disgusting. It's like my grandparents.
They're older demographic.
I'm inching into that. I like young old, which makes me eventually think I'm going to be older.
Yeah. Well, what about old? So, Adam, has it? And by just your stories, I'm going to answer my own question. I don't think it has, but it seemed like I used to go down there for the poker runs and the motorcycle party the weekend that they do.
Yeah, you and Turkey Leg did that all the time.
And I remember the nudity and stuff. And now we're talking 20 years ago or 18 years ago. And I wonder, has it toned down at all because of the corporations? And I feel like 30 years ago it used to be real wild in the 90s and stuff, real open. But because of cell phones, social media and stuff, has that toned it down?
Oh yeah. Okay. So back in the day at Rick's and Dirty Harry's, they used to do, and it was right in the years where I was kind of joining the band. They would have wet T-shirt contests. I have some stories from some wet T-shirt contests, man, that are pretty graphic. but just like old radio day stuff. But yeah, that's definitely toned down. There's no more wet t-shirt contests. There's no more water boy, sticking beads in the butthole of some contestant and pulling them out during and then getting shat on during.
Hold on. Adam, we're on the radio. God damn it! Why does it seem like you're trying to hold back and then you just say it? It's like, all right, he's gonna skirt it. He's gonna try to dance around it and go radio safe, and then you just say it. It's weird. it's like you're like, hey, how do I say this? And then you just say it.
Hey, it's the epitome if you wanted to kill yourself of you picking up a gun and you're like, what's this? Boom! It's like what's this? Boom!
But I mean, Distillery Fantasy Fest, that stuff still goes on at some places. They have definitely, they don't like bikers really anymore. There was a huge thing.
What's wrong with biker? Hold on, I'm back into my biker phase.
They don't do the poker run
What's
anymore?
wrong with bikers?
They had it where they had all the bikes used to line up on Duval Street, and this was like an episode out of South Park where one year the city was like, no more bikes on Duval Street, and every like middle-aged dude with a bike who would come down here was just like, wow, I can't park my bike on Duval Street anymore. The uproar was hilarious, honestly.
That's what we like.
That's what you used to do. You used to go and park your bike on Duval Street. You were one of the fat bikers.
I'd back it in with my old lady in the back. And by the way, I had no helmet. I'm going down the 7 Mile Bridge drunk. And I was like, God damn, like that's the closest I've ever been to dying.
You're closing one eye.
Me and Turkey Leg I'm 90 down.
Yeah, just rocking it.
Yeah. I'm on a borrowed bike from Casino Motorsports. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
This bike's too big for me. Bye.
Chris is riding on the back. Oh, God. I hope my sons don't.
They will. Max will at least.
No, I don't think that.
Tommy,
I think those days are dead.
Maisie told me she wants to learn how to ride a motorcycle. I'm like, yes.
Yes. No. So, Adam, like, it seems like you've built yourself an awesome life where, like, you do a little food truck, you play on the weekends.
You got a girlfriend. She's doing well. You got a nice place. It sounds like a good life, man.
So, when did you start the food truck, and like, what's the margins on a food truck as far as like, let's just talk about like daily total revenue, because I've always wondered like, how much are these food trucks making?
All right, so with me doing barbecue, it's really I think that it's great about it, and also kind of sucks about it is that my work doesn't change regardless of how much I sell. Pretty much every week, I'm knowing that I'm having to prepare at least 2 or 3 briskets, 2 or 3 pork butts, anywhere from 6 to 10 racks of ribs. I got a big offset smoker that I do it all on, and on a great day, if I sell all that, I'll make anywhere from over $1,000 to $1,500 to even $2,000. I mean, I've had days in sales where I've done bigger festivals down here and had $7,200 of sales in 2 days, and these events only last a couple hours.
That's really good.
But then some days when it starts getting slower, you're sitting there at a farmer's market, it's 90 degrees out, and there's just no one out. And I'm sitting in my truck watching, and I've actually rigged my truck up to have a TV because I'm a big Miami Dolphins fan. I'll watch, football or just turn on an episode of Seinfeld. And there's nothing worse than I hate than just sitting around, just sweating in the hot sun, knowing that I'm not making it. And I do have an AC unit in there, but it's still, it's when it's good, but when it's bad, it's bad.
Have you masturbated in your truck?
Well, come on. Why?
No, I have not, but me and my girlfriend has fantasized. But we
okay. You can watch some videos in there.
I can't promote that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I asked him. I put the camera on him to see if I could do gotcha journalism. I was trying to get him. It's gotcha journalism. I asked the tough questions.
What? And for those that want to go down and visit Key West.
Oh yeah, let's do some helpful hints.
Yeah. What would you suggest that like things to stay away from because they're too overhyped?
Yeah.
And
we don't want to do amateur hour.
Yeah,
here.
like cool things that locals do that also are good for tourists.
I don't understand the craze of sunset cruises. I like them in the wintertime because they're a little bit. It's not as hot. But I mean, you just stand on a catamaran with really no cover, sweating your balls off, And also like the thing, I've owned a boat down here, and I actually don't anymore. And actually, the one thing I wanted to talk about is boat ownership down here, because I know Tom would love some of the stories and the things that are from owning a boat down here. Because once you've been on boats enough, you couldn't pay me to go on one now. Because there's only so many times that you get stranded somewhere.
What says you, Mr. Captain Stranded?
Well, Adam obviously hasn't fully embraced the Porky Pig sailboat lifestyle.
Yeah, maritime Tom.
Yeah, because my dream is to live with Crystal on a sailboat in Key West.
And only wear tops.
Yeah. Where it's like
it's the Tops on World Tour.
My muffin's white, but my legs and dong are tan black.
It's called the black and tan.
Yeah. And then I'm just walking around Key West drunk, like Nick Schwartzen. Yellow drunk.
Look like a Simpsons character.
Yeah. I'm doing live sex shows. There's still some underground there, for sure.
So there's the ocean side and there's the backcountry, and the ocean side is the one that I love because I love to go out to the reefs. I want to help. I go scuba diving.
Nice.
There's bigger lobsters to get out there. There's more stuff to see in my book. I also like to be able to go a bit deeper because it's so freaking hot.
Divers do it deeper, is what they say.
Yeah. But then you have like the partying crowd and like friends of like my girlfriend's type of crowd, and they love to go to the backcountry, which they have sandbars, and you go kind of hang out in the sandbar and get drunk. But what no one thinks about is the tide change difference.
Yeah.
Is that when you're going out there, you might have a bunch of tide, but then after you're out at the sandbar for a couple hours and you're super drunk, and then you have to make your way back. I can't tell you how many times I've run aground, ruined a prop, gotten stuck, straight up stranded on a sandbar.
So you are like Tom. Hold on a second.
Everybody is.
I mean, this guy, the familiarity.
We're all drunk trying to navigate a boat.
One time, remember we were going and you were like, I don't need a depth finder, and we just like go like right into the sand.
Yeah. That's fine. It's sand.
It's nature's. It's just a little harder water, they call it.
Yeah, you do it enough times to where, and then unfortunately the marina where I was keeping my boat got bought out by a bigger corporation, and my fee went up from $230 a month to like $550. And so I was like, okay, I'm not using this boat enough to justify that. And that's
Tom will never say that. He'll never get rid of his boat.
No, they'll price me out just like they price everybody out. Yeah. Because they,
Yeah, but your boat's at Command Alive, and I'm pretty sure they're using it as their rescue boat.
What they want, the best boater is the boater that never uses his boat and it just sits there.
Planet Fitness boater.
They live up in New York and they have some sort of boat that just sits there. They pay for the maintenance and all the stuff, and no one ever
Until
uses
they die.
it. Yeah. And then it's just a whole marina of boats from rich New York guys that never use their boat.
Ghost boat.
and the deckhands never have to get on the truck and pull them down ever.
No lifts, no nothing.
Like me and Adam, that we're using our boats, like the marinas and everybody around the boating industry, we're like, we don't like those guys. We want the guy that does nothing.
We don't like Johnny Boat Weekend. We like Johnny leaving in the rafters.
Yeah.
But even after having the boat in where all you have to do is call the marina and they put it in the water for you, and then you still get there, it's in the water, and you're like getting all your stuff on. You're like, this is still a lot of work. This is really hot.
Tom never says that. Well, you do, but you continue to do it.
Yeah. I'm gonna age out eventually though. But then
then you'll get the itch again.
The food truck kind of overtook the boat for me. It's like, especially with playing music so being a singer and playing and singing that much. Like the nights that we do, like I say, 4 to 6 hours without breaks.
That's a lot.
Me and another guy trade off, but we still have to do at least about 3 hours a night. There's a whole like health regimen that I have to do just to keep my voice in shape to be able to sing. Because I sing stuff from anywhere from Guns N' Roses to Journey to, really high stuff to down to even like lower stuff. Like I have to do like a wide range of stuff, because pretty much what we do is that we just take requests off Venmo.
Nice.
We take requests through the crowd and stuff. So you have to be able to pivot and do all of it.
What do you think, as far as if someone's dream was to go and retire in Key West, do you think that they're
Do you think they're idiots and ugly?
No, do you think they're going to get what they want?
Asking for you.
Or do you think in like 6 months they're going to start regretting it because it's not what they, because sometimes, when you go on vacation, the old joke is like, I think I want to live here. Like everybody who goes, I've done it. Everybody seems like that goes to a really nice place wants to live there, but then when they live there, it's a little different than what they expect.
Yeah, I mean, I think the snowbird life really is that's the dream. I mean, where you can, because no one wants to be down here during the summertime anyway because it's so hot.
Yeah,
I mean, living down here for 8 months of the year, if all you want to do is put on flip flops during the day and go walk to a bar or walk and live downtown, I mean, it's going to cost you a little bit, but if you can afford it and that's your dream, I know tons of people who are, just they're retired and they're just kind of like drinking their lives away, having a blast, and they're loving it. You know what I mean? That's what it's kind of like. My girlfriend's parents. He was a lawyer in Chicago, and he got tired of living in Chicago and being a lawyer, and he's like, you know what? I'm just gonna retire down in Key West. He has a sailboat, and kind of just really very similar to what Tom wants to do. He works on my food truck with me like 1 day a week.
That's cool.
And he actually does police oversight for the city and works like 30 minutes like every day. It's super easy.
And you can be bottomless for that in Key West, which is awesome. The cops, the belt is on the shoulders, not the waist.
What is the rule? Like you just walk around openly nude, or you got to be like? Because I remember there was
you got to have a sticker on your penis. Like a permit.
They allowed you to be nude up at the top of like a Garden of Eden bar. But, like, there wasn't so much nude on the streets. Maybe Fantasy Fest is different, but, like, in the, the poker run, you had to go to specific bars to see the nudity.
Yeah, and that's still how it is, except for during Fantasy Fest, where there's a fantasy zone. They actually had to make this fantasy zone because kids were getting dropped off, like, from school during these Fantasy Fest days.
Just drop me off at the fantasy zone.
It sounds awesome for a kid.
And Key West is a grid city, so I mean, you have the main strip of Duval Street, but then you also have downtown where kids live, where they're dropping off schools, and these people are walking. From,
I like
their
all those
Airbnbs.
perverts. They're like, what do we call it? Let's call it Free Candyland. You idiot perverts.
And so they had to tell everyone hey, you can't pull your dongs out until you're in the fantasy zone, because even walking to and from their hotels or Airbnbs, they're encountering groups of kids who are getting off school buses, and
gotcha.
It's another world.
You know what?
Key West kids are hard. I feel like.
I don't.
They are
tough.
I don't mind my son seeing some dongs.
They need to. It'll toughen them up.
You'd see it if you were in a sports, in the locker room or whatever.
The toughest places to see it: sports locker rooms, jails,
fantasy zone.
Yeah, correctional facilities.
You're right. I was like, toughen them up seeing a couple old man's dong.
Yeah,
it's a part of life. Anyway.
Hospital, psychiatric wards.
Adam, thanks so much for talking to us today and doing a weird job interview.
Appreciate you, man.
And again, tell us your schedule in case anybody's down there visiting Key West. I know we've got our video editor Melissa's down there, so next time you see, if she's down there,
she's crazy loose woman.
I'm just saying,
she'll eat it.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just trying to make her laugh.
We should bully her. All she does is bully me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make her laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Let's see. I play at Dirty Harry's every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We start at 9. I'm in a band called the Dirtbags, and look for my food truck called McDubecue. All around Key West or different festivals and markets on Thursdays and Sundays.
Awesome. So if any BDMs are down there, go say what's up to Adam.
Support our buddy Adam. Thank you for the time, for being such a good sport, and for giving us such a great weird job. That was a good one, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
We'll talk to you soon. See ya.
Have a good one.
That's our buddy Adam, live from Key West.
I haven't been to the Keys in a while.
Made me want to go.
I want to go back.
That made me want to go.
Yeah.
Everything he was saying just sounds like, because I like the heat, I like the street bar atmosphere, I love live music.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like being near the water, hearing it.
Once my sons get scuba certified, I want to go down there for like a week long. Just stay down there at an Airbnb
and just dive.
You dive a little bit, just hang out. Yeah. And then because there's such great scuba diving down there, and
from what I'm told,
it's just it's expensive.
Yeah, I've never done it.
You go a little bit. You go to the Bahamas, and it's it's basically the same, just cheaper.
Yeah.
But
your mask is, it's like held together. Like this thing is dry rock crazy. These tickets $5 months. Like, okay, whatever you say, dude.
You can do whatever you want to shoot a gun underwater.
I do want to shoot
Well, you can do it in the Bahamas.
You got me.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
That's funny. He was great. We got to do 2 more for Tuesday.
Yeah. I meant to keep that one short, and so we could do the whatever. But
Oh, good. We have to do 10 minutes, and then a 20, and then we're done. 8, 20, 25 audio.
and Pete, I think we only have to do a 10 and a 20, right?
Yep, 10 and a 20.
We'll just do voicemail.
I gotta write down these edits. I would love to. I need to go scuba diving again. Okay, there's that. I didn't know that, Conway J. I did not know that you were such a big Key West fan. I'm a fan. I do enjoy some Key West. Haven't been there in a very long time, though. I need to take Maisie. I think she would like it. Oh, that sounds awesome, man. Really, really fun. I'm going to use the restroom real fast.
How's it going, Twitch? Key Largo's fine, but it just doesn't have the same feel as Key West. Like, all the keys are pretty good and then have their little niche to them, but Key West is... And you're so close, like, I guess Key Largo's still like 2 hours north of Key West, right? Something like that? No. Well, it's 3 hours from Miami, I think. Or 2.5. That's the thing about the drive down. Like, you're like, oh, I'll just shoot down to Key West. I'm in Orlando. And then you're like, oh, it's 5.5 hours. 6 hours? Isn't it 3 hours from Miami to Key West? 2.5?
It's a far-ass drive. I know that. I did it with my buddy Dave one time. Took forever.
I know it's as far or similar from here to Atlanta than from here to Key West. Atlanta may be closer.
Then Key West? I think it is. It took me I think at one time as a kid, I drove down there in my Bronco too, and it took me like 11 hours. I was like, what the fuck?
It was, there's like 3 and some change to Miami, and then like I think another 3 down to...
Is that a gunshot and a body hitting the ground?
Yeah. No, yeah, I heard that. And then it's like for an event like Fantasy Fest and stuff, or the poker run, like then you run into traffic, and then it gets real crazy.
I got a story I've been wanting to bring up for a minute.
But I do like their free. They're like Conch Republic style way of living.
Free living.
And the fact that they're like, we're not a police state. We're going to let these people, there's no, you could drink and walking around the streets. It's like they kind of let you do what you want.
It seems like they did, but it sounds like, according to him, though, that's a perception we have that there are more rules now.
Yeah. Especially the more corporate, because then you get sued, and then the corporation's like, oh, we got to put... That's what I found in the dichotomy of freedom as we know it as than other countries, because we almost affect our own freedom by being super pro capitalism. Because the bigger the corporations, the more rules because of lawsuits. Yeah. So it's like, in one aspect, we're
it's
like
anti-freedom.
America free, but we're also super capitalists, which the corporations, they have rules, and and they don't let you do anything because they're worried about getting sued. So it's almost like the extreme capitalism nature of the United States makes us less free.
I got a video to play, and we'll talk about that for the 10. Yeah. And then we can do voicemails, emails for the 20 if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is a coming back?
Yeah.
I'll bring us back. And it is, hold on. Is this the 10 or the, yes, this is the 8, actually. It's 8.
8, okay, 8 minutes.
Here we go. In 3, 2. Welcome back to A Corporate Time. I found a video today on Reddit that kind of reminded me of something that you've been saying a lot, and it's that everything is on video. This is a concept that you kind of came up with.
Yeah.
I think when we were talking about the Ring doorbell cam that captured the meteorite that hit the ground.
Yeah. That was the one thing that never has been captured on video ever until that one Ring caught it. Yeah. Because it's so random act.
Yeah, it's just
like actually hitting. Like meteorites have been seen in the air, but like actually smashing on the ground and the sound of it.
Yeah, and they and you could go and look up the video, but that's not the video I want to talk about. The video I want to talk about has to do with these two food blog influencers that are sitting down to eat what appears to be like an Asian meal, and then they are hit by a car. And here's the video. You would think that with as many people across the globe that are trying to become famous by eating on camera or reviewing or just doing like a makeup challenge or nails or whatever, that you get more of this. But here is boom. Here, hold on, let me get rid of this border. Here we go. You'll be able to see.
All right, so they're sitting inside. They're by the window.
There's a slow motion. God. It hits that. It's a girl and a black guy.
Yeah.
And you'll see, like, watch his face. Watch his face as it slow-mos. He's like, wow. He looks over at the car, and he's trying to get out of the glass.
Yeah. Like imagine how stunned you'd be. So the car essentially hits the wall that they're sitting by, a glass wall, and literally pushes them probably 1.5 feet away from the table. You know, like pushes the table and the chair and the bench they're sitting on.
You would think we would have seen this before, right?
Well, that's rare to happen. You know, it happens in 7-Elevens a lot that you see on surveillance camera.
Because the cars are always facing, like you park.
That's why they put those concrete poles up so that people don't do that. They hit the gas.
That's why Target has the big red balls. You know, they're putting those in a lot of schools for the same reason.
So, cars can't, careen into the school or whatever. So... This is crazy. It's crazy that they happen to be filming themselves at the time. I wonder if
they were so happy, right, when this happened?
Well...
Because they're influencers, and influencers are vapid click people, and they instantly...
Well,
they check their body for glass, and then as soon as they knew they were okay, they're like, this is going to make us famous.
Yeah.
And they were happy. They're hugging each other. Right?
Every time we do a go-to... podcast, I hope we get hit by a car.
Yeah, me too.
Now
or we're stabbed by a homeless person or chased by a maniac.
Now we're not on video, a wolf, so it'd only be the audio.
Wolf. We can fake that though.
Yeah.
I'm like, wolf, ow.
Yeah, then I go to let's just fake it. Then I'm like, well, everything's fake. Then then I get depressed.
You used to do that back in your Drunky the Bear days.
Yeah.
But then you went real, and then you went legit.
Yeah, well,
you went straight and narrow.
You could fake a lot of audio-only things.
Like when me and you and Savannah hopped the train at Gatorland, that was real. And that is trending high, buddy. That's a very high trending show.
You know what? I'm going to expose this. That was not real.
Oh, yeah. Fake train. That's not even a real Savannah.
We weren't even at Gatorland. All that was done on a soundstage.
Yeah, all of it. Do you know how hard it is to find authentic alligator sounds?
Yeah. That was also a Savannah actress, not even her.
Very expensive. It was a man.
Also, Tom and Dan actress.
Yeah, they were women.
We weren't even there. a lot of work.
All right, let me get some voicemails and some emails for you. If you'd like to leave us a voicemail or an email, we would love to actually answer your questions. And it's just show@tomandan.com.
Well, this is a more depressing, horrible version
Please.
of this. But
Bring it up.
recently, you saw that semi-truck that was making a U-turn, and then that family in a minivan basically ran into the tractor trailer part of it, and you've seen this before. Like,
did it chop the top of the
chopped
car?
the top.
That happened to my dad's twin brother, Doug, who just recently passed away just a little while ago. I
didn't know he passed away. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no! It's fine. It was a kind of a long time coming.
No, I remember.
But he slid under an 18-wheeler, same thing, and it was a Chrysler LeBaron convertible. So the top was hard soft, It was like it was the white with red, and it took the whole top right off the car, and it hit him in the head, and he was like passed out in the thing, and he was fine and everything. But had he not ducked down, like it was the old story. It would like chop his head off.
But the people died in the minivan, but the reason why I bring it up is because the guy had a video inside the semi-truck, and you see the accident happen because the video is facing him and out his window, and because he's making a U-turn, it was at the angle where you see the car.
Oh,
so it was all over the news for a while, and but then the guy was getting a lot of hate online because he didn't seem to have any emotional reaction to anything that happened. Like, he was just like nonchalant about it, which has it's nothing to do with the crime. Like, he made.
How does he control that if he's not an emotional person?
I don't know. Yeah. But
and
also,
this is coming from me. Look, I'm a highly emotional person, but it'd be very unfair if that guy isn't an emotional person for us to project what we want him to feel.
It's
right?
a weird thing in society when someone, and this is true, like you have remorse or not remorse, or the way you act after.
Yeah, people in the chat room were saying that dude was so calm, no reaction. So I guess apparently it is triggering to see how calm he is.
Yeah, but you couldn't say he did it on purpose because it was obviously an accident. Though he did something illegal he shouldn't have done that caused the accident. I don't think he was trying to hurt anybody. It's just he did something stupid, which is vehicular manslaughter, right?
Yeah.
Which will be charged.
He acted like he blew a stop sign, not killed 3 people.
Yeah. It was, but
so he was at fault. He's charged, and he'll go to jail.
Yeah. But back to the videos, filming everything.
Be in shock, I guess.
Like people have video. I think in Russia, it's a thing. That's how we saw so many meteorites and stuff. And like because everybody has dash cams.
In Russia, a meteorite hit you.
That there's so many dash cams that it catches all this crazy stuff, and like that's becoming more popular here. And with Tesla having video cameras everywhere, like we'll get to a saturation point, which we've probably already getting close. That no matter what, it's kind of like Minority Report. Everything will be videotaped, and therefore it would be nearly impossible to get away with any crime.
Minority Report?
Minority Report?
I report all minorities. I'm sorry, you're messing around. I'm messing around.
It's a dad joke.
It's a dad joke.
But where you'll be able to, and they've even talked about like flying permanent, and by permanent I mean
camera drones.
Camera drones over cities.
I've heard that.
And then with satellites.
Isn't that what they're already doing with those drones that were unexplainable over in New Jersey? Wasn't that the technology? That's the rumor I got.
I don't know.
The rumor I got was that they were testing
permanent
camera drone technology.
Okay.
Over New Jersey.
And they don't want to tell the people.
And they don't want to tell the people because it'll,
They get, because then you have.
We just want to implement it. We don't want to tell you we're implementing it.
Yeah. And then and people are like, okay, well, I don't care. I'm not a criminal. But it is weird to think that one day you might have everything outside of your house videotaped and in surveillance, so that, like, think about it. If there's a murder somewhere, then this is like Minority Report, where they go back and
what's Minority Report? I report.
You're like, okay, the murder happened at this house. We'll just go to the satellite footage, rewind it to that time,
and stop the crime,
and then see where the car came from that left the house, track it all the way back to where the origin is, and that's the address of the killer.
Yeah.
And then it's like you can solve every GD crime that happens like in open or out in the open, or that if it's outside a house, you go and follow every car back to its original. You know what I'm saying? And that's a weird thing to think about. Although it would eliminate a lot of crime, right? Because you're like, I will get caught no matter what I do, right?
Well, that was the whole premise of the Ring doorbell camera. The whole premise of the Ring camera, the Ring doorbell camera.
No matter who comes to your house, it'll always be recorded.
Right. So do we have any, like, it's been out long enough now. Uber, Lyft has been out long enough now where we can look at that and say, like, has it helped us not drive drunk? Has the Ring doorbell camera
statistically
lowered crime? Have less crime?
It has to be.
Is there less crime at the front door dwelling, than there's ever been because of Ring and ADT and all of these cameras? Because everything is video.
Statistically, we are in the safest time and we've ever been as humans.
That's what I've heard. So why is paranoia also at its height?
Because we see it. So we see everything that's happening. We see every murder and every grandiose.
So rather than get comfort from what we see, we use what we see to fear rules everything around me, to fabricate what could be happening that isn't happening.
Yeah. Well, the fear, the problem is like you not understanding, like, and I don't, like, by saying no one, humans.
No, I know what you mean.
We did statistics. And then so it's like we see that one thing happen. We see the kidnapping, we see the murder, and they're like, oh, that could happen to me. Even though statistically it's not likely at all. And the fact that everybody has cameras and everything, it's safer than ever. But, we still get tricked by seeing all this stuff all the time. Now, if you never looked at it, maybe you'd be less fearful of it, but that's hard to do.
Let me ask you.
You want to look at it because then it releases endorphins, and fear is similar to happiness and other chemical.
It's like engagement, right?
Yeah.
Engagement, like the computer doesn't know whether the engagement is good or bad. It just knows engagement.
Yeah.
And I think your body, in the same way, doesn't know what the chemical is coming from. Is it coming from fear? Or is it coming from jubilation?
Yeah.
It doesn't know.
Yeah.
You're just getting a dump.
Oh, yeah. You want that dump.
I actually think we did a lot of good right there.
No,
That's the first time we've ever done good. Write that down.
First time?
First time.
20 years? All right. Well, let's take a break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back with more corporate time.
Perfect. Yeah, it just had a nice flow to it. So I was like, just tidy it up there.
And then we'll just do voicemails.
Yep, I got them up. Good job, buddy. That is 2. That works timing-wise perfectly. All right. Jim from Lakeland's in there. Jim, what's up, buddy? Haven't got a voicemail from you in a minute. Hope that you and your honey are doing quite well. He always refers to his best gal as his honey, and I like that. That's like something a man that stirs peanuts all weekend would say, right?
That's old school.
Yeah. That's like what a biker would. You get off your bike, you're like, whoa, my honey fell off. I like it. All right, I got those ready to go. He says he's doing great. Well, that's good to hear, man. If any of you guys last call, we'll be here. It'll be like 3:30. Probably be the end of it today. But we will have nuts. I know. I'm giving some to. I've got more. And the new batch is even better than these because it was made with Old Bay and not Zatarans. It's a darker red color.
And if you want to come by, just email us and we'll give you the address. But we're in Baldwin Park, just to give you an idea. But usually the best times is during lunch or, but we record usually 10:30 to noon and then 1 to 2-ish. And so...
Maisie had asked, and I might end up obliging and just do it on site, but she had asked if for the beer fest, if I could set up a tent, and she wanted to sell nuts at the beer fest. And I was like, yeah, we could do that if you want to do it.
Dude, for
It'll be extra work, but I think it would add to the event. Because who doesn't want salty nuts while you're drinking all that yummy beer? I would.
Yeah.
It's a good snack, but I don't want to.
Also, learning. I'm gonna force my sons.
They can all work it. We can have all kids work it.
Yeah. I just want them to put in a goddamn hard day's work, and
that'll be hard.
And learn how to talk to people and sell peanuts and do that transaction.
Let's do it. All right, voicemails. Last thing today. Fascinio wants to build a nut trailer for me. It's shaped like a big peanut. That would be awesome. If I can pull it behind my Tesla. You know that's got a lot of towing capacity because of the torque.
Yeah, it's all heavy as shit, too.
It's a heavy-ass car. It'll pull a lot. All right. You want to bring us back, buddy?
Yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. Let's do some voicemail.
Voicemails. If you want to leave us one, 1-844-TOMNDAN. Again, that is, let me see if I can remember it. It is, I'm going to pull up the website, 1-844-866-6326 if you would like to call the show and leave a voicemail message. Also, you can get our free app, totally free, wherever you get your apps for Android and for Apple. And all of our shows are on there. ACTs are all on there. And there's a little button called Mediocre Messages. If you hit the button, you can leave us a voicemail message like this one right here. This is from our buddy Charles.
Tom and Dan, BDM Charles here, checking in with you guys. You guys are talking about handyman. Well, I will tell you that I found a great app. It's called Airtasker, because I was listening to the Colbert show, and Jimmy was talking about it, and it's called Airtasker. And you put your job on there, and people bid to do the work for you. So they underbid each other and to get the work done, and then they kind of provide an insurance and whatnot. It's a great place if you're a handyman or something to put your name out there if you're just starting out, because it is a great way to pick up clientele.
I'm on Airtasker right now. Are you familiar with Airtasker?
Never heard of it, but it seems like a peer-to-peer type deal. Like there's other websites like this where you bid for the job.
This one, like some of the things they gardening and landscaping, handy person, marketing and design, movers, home cleaning, business administration, furniture assembly.
So you put the job that you need done, and then people bid on it.
Yeah, so it says, describe what you want done, keep it simple, and then you post it, you post the date, what you want done, the location, the details, and the budget.
We did something similar to this with a moving one time where...
Halsey.
Well, it was different than Halsey. This was like the actually moving industry thing where, God, what the hell was the name of it? But we needed to ship something to Colorado. For Crystal's dad.
Oh, I remember. It was the stuff. Yeah, I remember. And then you got it on a... You bid to put it on somebody that was going that direction.
Well, you put it up like, hey, I need this stuff at this weight, and you put a picture of it taken from Orlando to Colorado. Yeah. And then moving companies bid on it, and then if they have room in their trucks and they're going that way, then they'll be like, all right, for $1,200, you can...
we'll stuff it in the cab.
Yeah, we'll put it in the truck. And then, like, other people... bid I'll do it for $800 or whatever. And then
are you getting the worst of the worst though when they're undercutting each other?
They were all just semi trucks. They were going that way, so I don't know who's good and who's bad. They all had companies behind them, but they're all like subcontracted too. Like it's weird. Like
were they allowed to be? Were the truckers that were bidding? Were they doing it sort of under the table?
No, it was through their company did it for them. So they just got in. They were just like, hey, stop here and pick up this.
So it's just efficiency. It's maximizing the amount of room in the truck.
Yeah, because everybody who emailed us or contacted us wasn't a single truck driver. It was a company that owned certain, so it was like, hey, this guy's gonna come by and pick it up.
But it worked good, right?
It did. It worked. Yeah, and we weren't sure. We were like, oh, we put this guy like a stranger's truck, and we knew the company's name, but it was through this website, so it was third party, And so
were you worried about it at all, or?
We never used it, so we were like, oh, we'll see how this goes. We kind of took a chance because we didn't, if it did get lost or something. Now, you do have some recourse through the app where it's like it's insured up to a certain amount because the people who pick it up, there's some sort of like reassurance. Like the people,
there's protection there.
They pick it up, they verify like, okay, this company now has possession of it, and here's you have it's insured up to a certain money. I don't know if you ever had to make a claim, how hard that would be. That's the problem with insurance is lots of things are like, oh, we got insurance, but then try making a claim. They're like, we're not covering because that's a thing too. Recently, where like you get the comfort of like, oh yeah, we're insured, but good luck making a claim on something. And you'll never get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So what does an insurance matter if you make the claim and never get paid?
Yeah.
Like Crystal's dealing with this with a third-party insurance with her car. Like she has like 2,000 miles left on her third-party insurance, and she had an oil leak. And then she's like, oh, well, luckily it's before my 2,000 miles wore out. Oh, and Crystal said, Daniel's going to hate this. So she took it in, and then the insurance adjuster had to go out and verify. And he's like, well, it's not a leak, it's a seep. And we're not.
No.
I'll go
crazy.
They refused to recover.
That's how you drive your car through. That's how you drive your car through a dealership. There's just people, bodies scattered everywhere. That's why people freak out.
And they're like
a seep. I don't even know what a seep is.
Yeah, it's different than a leak, and a leak has to be free flowing for them to cover it. It's all in the fine
you're about
print.
to see. You're about to have a leak. You're about to have a leak in your chest.
And of course it is, because there's a reason why insurance companies continue to always make profit. Because they know that
they're the house.
It will be a leak in a year,
but you'll be done with us by then.
But the insurance only covers another 3,000 miles.
Crystal knows me well. Yeah, that drive me insane.
Because that's how that's why casinos never lose. Because they're insurance companies, it's the same thing. Like it's all math, and they got the upper hand. And so a lot of insurance is BS. Like it feels comforting getting it, but they're never going to pay anything.
Yeah.
The anomaly they'll pay, but the anomaly happens 3% of the time. You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
let's try this one right here.
Tom and Dan, I got a question for you guys. I can't seem to get a good answer out of anybody. Every time I ask, people just get so angry and upset. I don't know if it's a subject or whatever, but my pit bull needs an abortion, and I don't know how to even start the conversation. Where do I go? Who do I talk to? I need some help.
He's just doing an old evergreen joke. The only reason I wanted to play this, because there was a time when back in the day, if you were having a slow news day or a slow day in radio, in order to slap the phones, in order to get some action and hopefully get some argument going and some energy in the room, you would bring up an evergreen topic like pit bulls or abortion or marijuana or politics.
It's funny that marijuana used to be a hot button topic.
It used to be, it's not anymore. Politics still is, though. You mentioned Trump, Obama, mentioned
abortion still is. I don't feel abortion like pit bulls really is anymore.
Not as much anymore, no.
Like, people put up pit bull pictures all the time, even on social media.
Animal abuse still is.
Yeah,
Animal abuse still is. That's a hot button.
Although hard to be for it on the other side of people get against it.
But I've had children abuse or pet abuse. I think most of my friends are harder on the pet abuse. Neglected child didn't have enough to eat. Is not as bad as puppy left on side of road.
The pit bull one used to be really good because all the pit bull owners had a legitimate argument, like, "Hey, my pit bull's nice as hell," and it's true, and it was. It's but they forget that the pit bulls that are attacking people are probably abused or at least not taken care of as well, and on a chain in someone's front yard, and then it gets out.
Well, I throw firecrackers in mine. You got to get it. You get that fighting spirit in it.
Or back in the day when it used to be more popular to have dog fights in the Michael Vick era.
It was a better time. No, I'm kidding. It was a terrible time.
I saw an interview with Michael Vick talking about his dog fighting ring and all that stuff.
Really? Recently?
He was on a podcast, and
he openly talks about it. Man, people still hate that guy.
Yeah.
In Madden, people in the reviews of Madden will be they'll write in the review I won't buy this game because of Michael Vick. He did a sit down with Michael Penix in the comments on YouTube. I'm watching it because of course I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan.
Yeah,
it's a sit down between arguably our future quarterback and a quarterback very similar style. Every comment, you dog killing piece of ass, they hate him. Still hate him.
And I guess his only argument was how he was raised, and it was not a He didn't know. like he it was like normal day-to-day activity.
But he
in
did
a
his
dog.
time. That's the thing that
But
he was punished.
But then you see, like he admitted, like I electrocuted dogs to death. I drowned them with his bare hands and stuff like that. And you're like, oh my god.
That's what made him a good quarterback, right? That's what I feel. He had a fighting spirit.
Hey, you look up Vic highlights on TikTok. Oh
It's
man,
impressive.
yeah. You're like,
It's
God,
impressive.
this guy
And he's
was
little.
good.
And he's little.
Yeah. He was
Some
fast.
of those dogs are bigger than him.
He was running like fastest, like 4.240.
So
Right?
fast.
Yeah, sub 4.340s. That doesn't happen with quarterbacks, but yeah. And then you see like, and they were asking him, well, why would you do this? You had millions, like, and he was even.
That's the part that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, because he's like, I like.
I
but that's of course why he did it, because he liked it.
Right. Which is why people hate him.
Yeah,
Right?
Like,
it all works out.
I'm sure he didn't really get pleasure into electrocuting a dog to death, but we don't know.
we don't know what we'll ever know.
Yeah. I mean, he couldn't have hated it that much.
Yeah.
He could have had one of his cronies do it. He did it himself.
He did it
that's
himself.
that's the thing where we get confused. We're like, oh, why'd you do it yourself? You had to like it a little bit.
Felt like lightning in my veins. I don't know why. Why would you say that?
Maybe it's just such a. He's like, I'll do it. Sometimes a king has to behead the guy himself to show everybody he's not
Well,
weak.
it's to scare all your homies.
Yeah.
To be like, oh my God, you see him kill that dog with his bare hands?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this? My God, Tom, what are you doing?
It happened. I don't know.
It's our greatest Falcon.
Yeah.
Greatest Falcon.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
Atlanta. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. The handyman that we made mad, and he's going to come in for a weird job. We're going to book him and get him in here. I don't think he likes me very much because now he's taking up arguments with me. So here we go.
Paint Hill Handyman here. Did not expect my voicemail to go on to your show. I should have known better. But next rant.
Well, hold on.
Press
Yeah.
Whoa, you left it. So
What do you think we do with the voicemails? Do you think I sit at home on the toilet and listen to all of our listeners talk to me instead of being with my wife and daughter?
We play voicemails on a segment quite often, and then
it's called We Don't Have Anything Else to Talk About.
And then we were like, "Hey, leave a voicemail." And then so when you do, you're like, oh, "I don't expect them to read it." So they were how shocked.
Oh God, they got me. They're recording. Think of something good. Think of something good.
All right, keep going.
Paint Hill Handyman here.
I also like that we've shamed him into now calling himself what he was mad that we originally called him, which is a paint pill handyman.
Did not expect my voicemail to go on to your show. I should have known better. But next rant. Corinne or Corinne? Okay, I've lived here 1983, 1984. Always been Corinne. Always been Corinne. All my friends, all the people I know, it's Corinne. But you guys call it Corinne. I don't know. I got to say it's Corinne.
Well, you're wrong. Look it up. It's Corinne.
yeah, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It's Corinne. I looked it up today, and I sent him, like, he's really mad at me now because I did something that you do when listeners call you sometimes on things, and I never do it. First time I've ever done this. I was mad that he went real hard in the paint on the Corinne thing, and it is Corinne, not Corinne. And I found the documentation of everyone on Reddit in Orlando confirming why it's called Corinne, and then I copied it. I sent it to his email. I've never done that. You've done that. I've never done that. I've never sent it to like confirmation I am correct. It's Corinne.
I like to do it publicly.
Okay, we're doing it now. We're doing it.
See, you're doing it privately. If you do it publicly, it shames him.
So I have a lot to learn, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Always do it publicly. Do your shaming public.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You are better at it than I am, which is odd because most people would think that Daniel, he's the shamer, right? No. You are wrong. You don't know. What do you know about Tom and Dan? You don't know nothing about us.
Yeah.
But it is Corinne, sir. I'm sorry. I looked it up. I linked it to you. There's a lot of names in Orlando that I mess up all the names in Orlando.
Well, so how'd you on Reddit? People talked about Corinne
and Corinne.
Corinne.
It's Corinne.
And Corinne's obviously a last name, right?
Yeah.
Some person's last name.
And Corinne would be more closer to like a first name.
Gotcha.
But,
Look it up, sir.
Yeah, look it up.
Also, didn't you try to look it up before you left a voicemail to make sure you're right? because that's embarrassing, especially after we played your first.
Well, that's what I did. I looked it up to say, like, is this guy right? And
Yes.
he was wrong, and I was like, yes, I'll shame him privately.
Yeah. So, okay, let's talk about this. So,
I knew you would like this one.
I'm Pain Pill Handyman, right? And so now I'm excited because now I got a nickname on the show that I listen to, and then like my friends are like, "Hey, did you listen to Tom and Dan? Are you Pain Pill Handyman?" And you're like, "I am Pain Pill Handyman."
How'd you know?
So
You must hang out on Kareen.
you make a call because you're like, I'm gonna get Daniel, and he's pronouncing Corinne wrong.
Kareen, he would say he's pronouncing Kareen wrong.
Kareen wrong.
Yeah, he's got to say it his
because
way.
all my friends and me have always said Kareen.
I've been here since '83. I'm not going to let this M word
Now,
tell me what to say.
before-
this peanut loving bastard.
Before I make the call, on the same phone I'm about to make the call, I just have to search in Google, is it Kareen or Corinne?
Yeah.
And
You type in Orlando City, and then you just type in Corinne Street.
Pronunciation.
You know what? You know how to do it.
And then I look and read about it before I call and claim that the host of the show was wrong and make myself look like a fool on the voicemail.
We're both wrong. Chat room. Ricky says, to be fair, this guy left a voicemail that he didn't expect to be played.
Hold on, we played it the first time.
No, Ricky's right. He didn't expect this to.
We set a precedent of playing.
None of this should have played out, according to Ricky. I think you're right. I think you're absolutely
All
right.
right.
This one's for you. Last one. This one's for you. A little love from your friend and mine, DeBerry Joe.
What's up, Tom and Dan? It's DeBerry Joe again. Listening to the BDM show this week, Tom's talking about coming out to the Mosquito Lagoon to check out the bioluminescence. A couple weeks back, I left a message about my first time doing mushrooms, and it was actually at that Boy Scout camp at Hollover Canal, right next to Titusville, right in the, where Tom is talking about. I grew up, watching the bioluminescence, but yeah, that's that's where.
Yeah, you're really selling the sizzle of the bioluminescence. Great job, guys. Oh, I grew up next to it. It's awesome. I don't even know. I'm done with it. I'm over it. I wanted to have this freak out yesterday.
It's not that good.
It's not. It's not that good. I don't understand why people go and see it. I don't understand what it is. Are video games better? Are Roblox better? Is Magic better? Is video games better?
Oh yeah, much better.
Do you just go 2 hours out in the middle of nowhere and you slap a paddle in water and then it lights up just a little bit and you're like, ooh, ooh.
And I heard the tour guide explain what it is because every time I'm like, what is this? I
like that.
And it's some sort of phytoplankton, and essentially it's an algae, and when you disturb it, it lights up. Something like that. You look it up in there.
Yeah, I'll have ChatGPT explain to us what it is.
It's brighter when it's warm. I will say that because that whole area is shallows, it's still saltwater, but it's all shallow, and it just bakes in the sun. Like when you put your foot in there and you're like, God damn, like this natural, huge expanse of water shouldn't be, it's as hot as a hot tub. Like it's got to be 90 degrees in the water or something. Like it's crazy that how hot it is naturally. Like you swimming around in this huge, like you're in a bay, but it's hot.
Yeah.
And that's why I guess that's why it's so bright there, because it blooms and it just creates more of it.
I forgot that ChatGPT, I have some setting clicked on ChatGPT where it will remember the last thing I talked about. Yeah. And it'll pop that up first. I've ruined my ChatGPT, and this happened with Maisie the other night, where it popped up something that I was like searching for the show, and then it started talking about it was adult. Like right now, it just popped up and said, "Yes, Dan, what you're referring to is the infamous Sharon Stone interrogation scene from Basic Instinct, and she did show her vagina."
Vagina.
It didn't say vagina, but I said vagina. But that's what I was. I thought I was sitting here. This is the first thing I thought of this morning when I got here. I was like, did that really happen? I typed in ChatGPT to confirm that actually happened.
And it really was her.
It was her vagina.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, back to bioluminescence, which was the topic on hand.
Yeah.
It happens through a chemical reaction inside the organism, usually involving a molecule called luciferin, which light maker, I'm guessing, and an enzyme called luciferase, When they react with oxygen, they release energy as light. It's common in the ocean, like plankton, jellyfish, squid, deep-sea fish. Creatures use it for survival tricks, attracting mates, luring prey, camouflaging, and to ward off predators. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and like I'm on this week's BDM show, I told you the place to go. So if you, that's one of the perks of being a BDM is we'll give you some secret information.
Yeah,
but anyway,
Give it
so
a smoke.
but it's kind of cool. But I think after you've seen it a couple times, like you've got the gist.
Yeah.
You know,
but you're not allowed to say that, right? Because your wife really into it, or no?
No, she got the. I think
Is she done with it too?
After the second time, we're like, okay, we got it. Now, maybe showing some friends would be another exciting thing.
Do you expect them to be into it? Like if you took me and Andrea and Maisie out there, and I was just like, this sucks. would you be like, well, F you?
No, it wouldn't suck. I'm in Tom Van Tour.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
So you've got backups for if I'm not into it. What do you press play on your JBL?
No.
Maybe hand me a White Claw.
Yeah, you know what? I bring plenty of booze.
Okay.
So that you're boozed up. Maybe a microdose of some magic mushroom.
All right.
And then I know the times to go and like the exact, go out there. I show you and then in and out. That's the see tours.
You gotta do it quick. Yeah, you're right.
The tourism industry, and I've been on a lot of these paid tours. They've screwed up because they've followed complaints or was like, oh, it happened too fast or it's too short or whatever, and then they're like, oh, we got to make it longer.
Give them their money's worth.
Yeah, give them their money's worth. So they extend it long. So they're like, oh, we
never give our money's
a
worth.
3-hour tour, and then it's like this is too long. I want 45 minutes in and out.
Yeah.
And then I'll pay the price. I will never say it's too short.
Abbreviation.
Yeah. Because I just want to see it and get out. I don't need the long stories and they want to.
Boy, if I'm there too long, there is some truth to that. If you make me stand there too long, now I hate it.
Yeah. But they're influenced by the damn negative comments on Yelp, but those people will complain if it's too long or they'll complain about everything.
Well, people just love complaining.
Yeah. So don't listen to the complaints.
No,
Shorter the better.
Yeah.
Take it from me. Everybody wants it short.
Anyway. Including your wife. All right, let's take a break, buddy.
Yep, let's get out of there. We will see you tomorrow.
Got it.
Because I think that's segment 4.
I think you're right. Thank you, buddy. And we're done. Good job today.
Yeah, it was good.
4. We just got to do an intro. Okay. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I did not know that, DeBerry Joe. The Rivian, the electric car maker, was named after Indian River in Brevard County. Interesting. I like Rivian. I like the fit and the finish. If they had full self-driving, I might be interested, but they don't.